build that military base in Bangladesh to counter Chinese influence, and the Bangladeshi prime minister doesn't want to do it. And so our foreign policy planners decide we need to do regime change. And whether or not you agree that's a good or an evil thing to do, I'm not even weighing into the morality of it. What if it is the declared or discrete policy of the U.S. government, the State Department and the White House and the National Security Council all agree this government, we should pursue regime change, all options to destabilize that country in order to weaken the existing government and to build up our network of democratic institutions and activists in order to either win the next election or in order to, do a color revolution style, ousting where the prime minister has to flee in a helicopter. And what was done in this case in Bangladesh, and these leaked documents from the Gray Zone show this in gratuitous detail, is that the National Endowment for Democracy's Republican arm, the International Republican Institute, they have 4 core forces, but 2 of them are political branches. There's the NDI, the National Democratic Institute for Democrats, and there's the IRI, the International Republican Institute for Republicans. And what the IRI submitted to the State Department in 2019-2020, after they got walloped trying to back the Bangladeshi National Party in the recent past election, was a plan to destabilize Bangladesh politics. That's a direct quote, destabilize Bangladesh politics. By working with, they listed 170 pro-democracy activists, 304 key informants, and then they did a baseline assessment of the different ethnic groups and cultural cleavage points that they could exploit in order to effectively, either destabilize the country's politics or prop up the political alternative. And in the process of doing that, they sought the LGBT population, two Bangladeshi ethnic minority groups, and young students and student groups who had already been protesting earlier that year because of a local politics issue there, and they noted that rap music was popular and young people were listening to rap music in Bangladesh. So what do? They turned around and they took U.S. taxpayer funds. They get 100% of their money from the State Department, and they work closely with USAID. They actually administer USAID programs all over Bangladesh and all over the world. And they funded Bangladeshi rap groups to produce songs and music videos insinuating that people should take to the streets and do street protests, and the classic peaceful protest that has the upside of being a riot, and one of in IRI's baseline assessment submitted to the State Department, they talked about how one of the songs that they paid for was designed to sow resentment at the sitting government, and basically undermine the popularity of the government. So you have one sponsored song to get people to take the streets, another sponsored rap song to get people to distrust their government,